Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We have some news, so let's get to it. The very first thing I want to talk about with you guys is a brand new company in the making called Mesozoica. Now, I recently discovered them on Instagram and noticed that they pretty much immediately started tugging at my heartstrings because they are going to be creating many new dinosaur models. They will have numerous different lines as time goes on, but they are actually starting out with a vintage line of dinosaur figures. And again, if you are a viewer of this channel, you'll probably at least by now have an idea of the fact that I love vintage dinosaurs, as that's exactly what I grew up on. So seeing any type of an old school reference to any type of a dinosaur figure is always a huge plus for me and something that I absolutely love every single time I see it. So for Mesozoica to actually be creating an entire line dedicated to the vintage dinosaur look is honestly absolutely amazing, if you ask me, because nobody's really done that before. We've had a few vintage dinos in the past, but there's no real true line of numerous figures that we've ever had so far that I can recall, aside from maybe Joe Ladotti, who has sculpted out numerous very vintage style dinosaurs in the past. But this actual line being produced by a company is awesome, and each and every one of the sculpts of these figures looks amazing to me. They're clearly still in the works, but honestly I think each one is beautiful, and I am already in love with this company, and they haven't actually even released any figures quite yet. But with sculpts as beautiful and as old school as you see here, I don't even think I need to see any of the figures in person quite yet to know that I am already head over heels in love with exactly what they are producing and the mindset that they have going into this. And again, as I stated, they will actually be creating numerous other dinosaur statues in the future. They will be expanding their lines from vintage to more modern dinosaurs and everything like that. And they actually have also just announced that they will be doing a Crystal Palace Dinosaurs line, which again, that's about as vintage and as old school as it gets, and that's kind of something that is like dream worthy, if you ask me, because I've always wanted to have some sort of collectible that I can own that was a rendition of the Crystal Palace dinosaur models. And again, just another of many things that I am really excited about when it comes to this brand new Mesozoica line. So I will include a link in the description to their Instagram where you can follow their progress as their figures are produced, their statues are produced, and again, I will absolutely be reporting on these guys as time goes on with each and every update that we get. As far as the beasts of the Mesozoic goes, we have a few updates here from them. As far as some of the paint schemes for their figures, we have a look at the juvenile Tyrannosaurus Rex, and again, they continue to impress me with the very realistic appearance to the paint schemes that they continuously seem to be coming up with for these Tyrannosaur species. I feel like this juvenile is beautifully painted and a nice reddish coloration. I really like the tones of color they've used on it, and I think that will definitely look really nice on the figure itself. And for the adult, we also have a look at that paint scheme, and I love how there's just very subtle differences between the juvenile and the adult, pretty much the exact thing that you would probably see in real life if Tyrannosaurs were still alive. So again, a very realistic approach to the paint schemes, and I'm sure a lot of thought went into each and every one of the paint schemes here, and these two again are absolutely beautiful versions of Tyrannosaurs as far as both the appearance and the paint schemes that they've chosen. But we actually have a new image of the Tyrannosaurus model itself as far as the 3D sculpt goes, and look at how unbelievably gorgeous this Tyrannosaurus is. It is just off the charts incredible. A really, really highly detailed sculpt on this Rex. And again, just looking at this image here, kind of getting a nice idea, a closer shot here of like the head sculpt and stuff, you can see how incredible not only the scaling is on this Tyrannosaurus, but each and every little tiny skin fold is so beautifully portrayed in the sculpt. This Tyrannosaurus may possibly be the single best Tyrannosaurus figure that we have as far as an accurate Rex goes. And I feel like this new Tyrannosaur line from the Beast of the Mesozoic is probably going to overtake most Tyrannosaur species as far as the best figure goes for each and every one of those. But this Tyrannosaurus actually being revealed here by Beast of the Mesozoic has me unbelievably excited. Again, definitely figures that I will without question be picking up in the very near future. And then as far as W Dragon goes, it's been a little while since we really heard anything from them, but we have a look at some of their upcoming Giraffe Titan figures, as they are currently being painted and created, so this hopefully gives us some good news from them and that this figure will be released in the not so distant future, because this is one that I am extremely excited about. We don't get too many very large sauropod figures at all pretty much from anybody, and we definitely haven't had any previously from W Dragon, so seeing W Dragon producing some awesome sauropods is just the coolest thing to me, and I'm so unbelievably excited to get a look at this figure in person. But now seeing these images of it again being produced and so many of them together definitely gives us some strong hope that this should start to release very soon. And then as far as Passion Charger goes, they recently unveiled these images of a theropod that can now go with the Nasutoceratops that they had previously released, which I actually will be reviewing that Nasutoceratops on the channel very soon. But there is a theropod there that is currently in the works that will be kind of a companion piece with the Nasutoceratops. You can put the two together and it looks extremely cool. A really beautiful, very dynamic scene taking place right there in front of us with these two dinosaurs kind of battling, and I cannot wait to see the finished product of this entire diorama once it is actually finished. And then as far as Dino Hazard goes, we haven't again heard too much from them as far as their actual figures go. I know they are creating a game at the same time that they are creating some figures here, but we actually have a sneak peek of their Irritator figure. Now, I don't really know too much about the company, as I've had a little bit of a tough time kind of trying to find out some information on them, so I don't have any idea as far as releases go or when the figures will be coming out, any of that stuff, or even prices really. But this Irritator is unbelievable as far as the sculpt goes. This is easily far and away the best Irritator figure that I have ever seen and may ever see, so I really am keeping my fingers crossed that this figure does release, because with something as beautiful as this, I'd like to hope that everyone will have an opportunity to own it. And again, this is just gorgeous as far as the sculpt detail and the entire appearance to the figure. Overall, a really beautiful rendition of an Irritator, and we also have this image kind of showing us what the paint scheme on it will look like. And again, a very natural, very beautiful looking paint scheme for an overall unbelievable looking dinosaur figure. Hopefully I will be able to find out more information on this in the very near future to provide you guys with some updates, but I did find these images and wanted to show you just how incredible this looks already. And then as far as Nanmu goes, Lana Del Time 2018 on Instagram gave us an image here of a whole bunch of the Nanmu dinosaur busts kind of here chilling, just all laying together, and they did state that these should be coming out very soon, so that is good news as far as Nanmu figures go. I don't know entirely how much any of them will cost, but I would absolutely love to get a hold of a few and take a look at them. I've really wanted to get a hold of the Indominus bust from the start, but I just have not done that quite yet. But all of these busts together look incredible, especially that Carnotaurus up there is just beautiful beyond belief. And also as far as Nanmu goes, we kind of got a look at a size comparison sort of already, with their upcoming Giganotosaurus here in this image next to their current Tyrannosaurus and current Spinosaurus that they do already have out, kind of giving us an idea of a size comparison between the three. It's not the best size comparison, especially as it's kind of a front-facing view with a slight tilt to the side, but again, you can see at least what they look like together, and this is an extremely exciting figure to me. We also have an image here of all of the entire line of Nanmu here kind of together, which really is always awesome that they include this. I love seeing all the figures together, giving a good idea of the comparison as far as the size and everything of each and every one of the figures goes. But this Giganotosaurus is definitely one of the most exciting figures coming from Nanmu in the near future. And we also actually have an update here as far as the packaging box art for the Velociraptor squads, which isn't really anything that's off the charts amazing that we've been looking forward to seeing, but it is still awesome to see this, and it also gives us some newfound excitement that these raptors are also going to be coming very, very soon from Nanmu. And then as far as Mattel goes, and thanks to Hatbox Ghost, he gave us our first in-hand images of Velociraptor Delta, the Amber Collection figure. It is always really awesome to see what the figure looks like in hand as opposed to the promo images, because you can never really truly know what the figure will look like until it's actually released, and I think that it actually looks really, really nice, and definitely a figure I hope to get a hold of at some point in the very near future, this one has been popping up every so often on Amazon, which is exactly how he scored his, but it's just so few and far between. I haven't had an opportunity to actually get one, but looking at these images definitely has me excited for it because I think it's another really nice Amber Collection figure release. And as far as Mattel goes, and thanks to Collect Jurassic, we have a look at some new Snap Squads that will be coming out, some more Camp Cretaceous Snap Squads. Unfortunately, no new species, but we will have a metallic Tyrannosaurus Rex and a metallic Velociraptor Blue, so it's not the most exciting news as far as these Snap Squad figures go, but at least it's something, and I definitely think both look pretty cool. I'm not the biggest fan of the metallic Blue, but I think it looks okay, but the metallic Rex actually does look really quite nice as far as I'm concerned, so it's another of the many metallic Snap Squad figures from Mattel that I fully intend on adding to my collection, and definitely some pretty cool upcoming releases from them. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way, but until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.